Always waiting on a man. Might as well go pour myself a glass of wine. Might be here for a minute. Just waiting for Shane still. I really should go grab a glass of wine. What day is it? Thursday. Thursday. Is that an acceptable day to drink wine? Yes. So is every other day. It's 6:45 at night on a Thursday. I think it's only appropriate. Did you hear that? I think the wine's calling. All right. Now it's a party. So Shane and I are about to do a Q&A. And I'm talking kind of quietly because I don't want him to hear me. That was my daughter. Anyway, so I kind of want to think of a way to pull a prank on him. And I usually scare him a lot. So I think I might like pretend there's like a spider. Like if there's a spider like on the arm next to him. On the arm of the couch. And see if he falls for it. If not, it's a fail, so whatever. But usually if I'm like at something, he like jumps out of his seat. So I'm really hoping that this works out, but we'll see.
Hello, my name is Shane Whittington. I'm this fancy little girl's husband. We got like one half a hair on back there.
Right, one sticks out. Jesus Christ.
You look weird.
You look... This is my husband. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, subscribe. If you're not, welcome back.
Hi.
This is my husband Shane, for those of you who do not know. Today we're going to do a Q&A from a few questions that you guys asked us on Instagram. So let's do it. First question. How did you guys meet?
Am I doing it or you?
Well, go ahead. How did we meet?
Alright, my perspective was we were at, this was my junior year, your junior year as well. We were at a football party, and at the time I was dating somebody else, and I walked into the back of this football party and found her making out with another dude.
I'm just kidding.
You know, I walked, obviously you're not going to stay at a party when you find your girlfriend making out with another guy. So I walked through the house and I was about to leave, and out of nowhere some raccoon fingers came and plucked my alcohol out of the back pocket. I had a fifth of Captain Morgan's in my back pocket, and these little gremlin hands came and popped it out of my back pocket and started taking a drink. And I was, at the time I was mad, obviously I was mad. I was like, I took it back. I was like, you can ask for that. You can ask for a shot.
Whoa.
And she was like, okay, all right. And
that
so
was
like,
basically, he walked out. That was the end of it. But then you messaged me on Facebook.
I felt bad. I was a jerk.
He felt bad.
And I wanted some, so maybe I was thinking maybe I could get something.
Anyway, so he messaged me on Facebook and we talked a little bit. He gave me his number. I left him hanging for a couple weeks.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
I did. Left you on your toes for a little bit.
I don't think so.
I
don't remember that.
Mm-hmm. I'll pull it up.
I don't know if I was on my toes. I think I was pretty...
Anyway. Then we hung out and that's it. That's how we met.
That's how we met. And now we're here. You know, one door slammed in my face and then another one opened up.
To a better one.
Yeah.
What is your...
Oh, Jesus. I already saw it.
What is your biggest pet peeve about each other?
You go first, because I know...
Shoot, okay, I'm really trying to think of... I know I have a couple, but I really need to think of the ones.
That's why I said you go first.
Do you know what I'm thinking already?
I fart too much in bed.
That's not what I was thinking, but yeah, that's not a pet peeve. Maybe this is one. I'll be telling him a story, and I will be 3 or 4 minutes into my story, and then I'm like, you know what I mean? And he's like this. And I'm like, Shane, huh? It instantly
The thing is, okay,
Oh.
I will defend myself in this situation.
There's no real time for defending.
Yes, you talk way too much, and you talk way too fast. She doesn't talk too much, but she does talk really fast, and then I lose interest, and then I'm either watching TV or on my phone or playing a video game or taking care of Gracie. So, you know, sometimes I just don't listen, or sometimes it goes in one ear and out the other.
Mostly, not sometimes.
Okay, well, whatever.
But yeah, that's probably one of my biggest pet peeves about him. How about you?
My biggest pet peeve is that I put things in a certain spot
Jesus.
that I know exactly where they are. And Mrs. Clean over here wants to just basically... okay, I have a system to where I put my stuff.
I have a system.
I have a system. And she screws up my system. So I will put all my basketball stuff to go to practice in one little pile.
On the floor in the middle of a room.
Okay, maybe in the corner of a room. So I know where it is. I know what I'm getting. And then the next morning when I wake up, obviously
it's put away in the spot where it's supposed to be.
Because she sleeps. She sleeps in a little bit. So I can't really like find my stuff in the morning, and I have to rummage through everything and make a bigger mess. If she would just leave my stuff where it is, clean up everything else, just leave my stuff, there wouldn't be a bigger mess to clean up afterwards.
So if I just live my life in chaos all the time, it would be
It's
beneficial.
not chaos. Like, I'm not that messy. I'm not that messy.
Next question. What is your favorite characteristic in each other, about each other?
I don't know. I've been with you for 6 years, and it's hard to pinpoint one. To be completely honest, I'm getting a little sappy. I don't know. It's just, there's a lot about you that I really love, and you're very caring about the people that you love, and that's what I love about you. You know, if you're she doesn't know you and she doesn't like you, then screw you. But like if you're in your inner circle, you care for that person, and you would die for that person, honestly. And I've witnessed it in like our family. Gracie, you dive in front of things just to keep her safe.
That's my daughter. But
I get it, but like, and that's my daughter as well, so I get why you would do that. But I'm just saying, like, your mom, you would do anything for your mom, you would do anything for your sisters, you would do anything for my family. Mm-hmm. So like, if those people are in your inner circle, you would do anything for them,
absolutely,
regardless.
Family over everything. Mine for you, and I say this all the time, I talk about it all the time, one of the biggest things that I look for in not just a man, but anybody, is even like friends. If you do not have empathy, I have a hard time getting along with you. I can't, it's really hard for me to be truly connected with somebody who does not have that, and you have it. You have it so much.
Well, too
much. It's not bad though to have too much of it. He can feel literally for anybody. If there's any situation, it could be someone he does not know at all, can come out of nowhere and tell their story, and it could be something really sad, and Shane will instantly feel and put himself in their shoes and view the world from their point of view, and I love somebody who can do that. Well, because I can do that, and I don't feel like a ton of people can, so I really have respect for people who can, and he can do that.
There's certain situations that make, actually I don't know.
No, you like
I don't know. I just like there's one thing in someone's life can make them go from rags to riches, or vice versa. You know what I mean? And I feel like I've been both. We're not like wealthy, but we're able to sustain our family, and we're comfortable. But like I've also been in like the situation where it was very difficult to buy school clothing, or like we have to do this or put food on the table, or stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like growing up, we never really had that much money, and I understand like that kind of situation. And obviously we've never been homeless or anything like that, but like I still feel for those situations. And it's like, especially if we make enough to give, why not give
back
and still feel comfortable? You know what I mean? I don't 100%. Know. That's just a certain situation.
That's exactly it, though. That's why. That's something that I love about you. Is that you are an empath, and I think that's great. Before we get too sappy on this channel,
It's not sappy,
here we
it's
go.
just being honest.
Any cultural shock you two have had since moving to Europe? I already have one.
Alright, go.
Siesta.
That's what I was gonna do. I was like, screw this effing thing in the middle of the day where
Siesta.
everyone just goes home and no businesses are open.
For those of you who do not know what siesta is, it's a time in the day, usually between like, what would you say, like 2 and 4?
I'd say 1 and 4 maybe.
1 and 4?
Yeah, around that time. It depends on who's taking it.
Where businesses literally it could be a small business, a big whatever, they close down from like 1 to 4.
People just go home.
Just go home.
Like, screw work. I'm going home. I'm gonna take a nap. I'm gonna eat lunch, and I'm gonna hang out with my family.
Have some wine and go back to work.
First off, it is a wonderful idea, but it sucks.
First of all, it's great.
Sucks.
But when you like, he comes home from practice or something, and we need to run out to the store. Oh, siesta, we need to wait. And like, or we'll forget about siesta and we'll go and everything's closed. And we're like,
Sundays, everything's closed.
Sundays too, that's definitely
closed.
a cultural shock for us.
Unless you're in a major city. Madrid, here.
I know.
Not everything's closed on Sundays.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, there's just certain things. There's 24-hour stores here. But in Santiago de Compostela, yeah, everything was closed. It was
everything.
It was a smaller city. So, like, you could only go to restaurants or something like that. But we never had Gracie there, so we didn't really have to worry about it. It was just us two.
Right.
You know?
It wasn't too bad. Now having a baby makes things a little more difficult.
Oh,
but,
gosh.
But
That
it's for the
little
better.
stinker.
I freaking love that girl. Okay. Ready for this?
I don't want to know.
How is your Spanish going? So, obviously, we've been overseas now for 3 years.
Muy bien.
Muy mal.
Well, the thing is, mine isn't, like, speaking-wise, mine isn't great. I would equate my Spanish to about a 3-year-old toddler. But I can understand most. I can understand most. 2 years ago, when we found out we were pregnant with Gracie, I could understand the doctors and what they were saying, but she's more of the linguist, so she can actually like speak better Spanish than I do. I just understand it a little bit better. I hear it a little bit better.
And I feel like he hears it better, and I can also read it better. So if someone can speak it, if it's on paper, I can probably make it out. But if you're speaking it to me, I feel like it's coming at me at like 100 miles an hour. It feels like they're speaking really fast, when they're probably not. But
no, they speak very, very quickly.
Do they, though?
I mean, it's normal for them.
Exactly.
Obviously.
So the way we're speaking right now probably sounds, well, me, I speak fast as it is. Him talking though probably sounds really fast.
I don't know slower, but I know slow, so I'm like lento, por favor. Like, muy poquito español.
So to answer the question, our Spanish isn't great still. It still isn't great. I haven't really, I mean, there's been opportunities handed out like, hey, you can go to school and study Spanish here. The thing is though, is having Gracie kind of doesn't really allow that.
It is difficult, especially if we don't have a babysitter. You know, we've moved from Andorra to Madrid. We don't really have, we were looking for daycare and schools in Andorra, but you know, obviously we had to move. So now we're doing the same thing in Madrid. So as soon as we find one that is that we can, you know, watch Gracie for a little bit, then we'll be freed up to do some of that kind of stuff. But up until now, we've just been focusing on Gracie, which is probably exactly what we should be doing.
100%. Shane, any chance we'll see you back in the NBA?
You know, if the opportunity arises, of course, I'm not going to turn that down. But I am very comfortable over here, basketball-wise, and you know.
And
I don't know.
I think
it's really
at the moment, right here is a very good situation for us, I feel.
Yeah.
So far, where we're at in Madrid, it's going really well. So
fingers crossed that keeps going.
Absolutely. But like you said, it's not easy traveling overseas. It's not necessarily easy living here. We literally
live out of a suitcase for 10 months out of the year. We don't have a permanent home, which really is...
That's hard. It's difficult.
Inconvenient,
absolutely,
to say the least. And when we're home, we live out of a car. We rent a car from Enterprise. Shout out to Enterprise.
We live like an Airbnb,
yeah,
but
exactly.
out of a car.
It's
like,
not.
I sleep in the trunk.
Gracie has her pack and play right in the center console, but it's just difficult, definitely. And yes, I would love to get back to the NBA, but I don't think that's part of my plan. If, like I said, if it happens, it happens. But I like Europe, and I think Europe likes me a decent amount. So there's a lot of money being made over here, and there's a lot of good situations that are yet to be found. Hopefully, we find them.
What is the hardest part about traveling, and what is the best part?
Hardest part?
I would say the hardest part about traveling is Gracie. Traveling? Yes. I would say the hardest part is like dealing with.
Do you hear her in there?
Yeah, I know. She's supposed
I don't know if you guys can hear her, but she's supposed to be.
This whole video.
napping.
That's how she falls asleep. That's how she falls asleep though.
Don't put
she
that
just
on
like.
there. I don't want that.
That's how she falls asleep though. She
talks
babbles
to
to herself, and her room's literally right behind this wall, so it's gonna be all video. Sorry. But I think that the hardest part, I would say, about traveling, about physically traveling, is Gracie. I feel bad because she's at that age where she wants to move around and play and like get into things, and when you're on a plane for 8 to 9 hours, you can't.
Or a train for 3.
Yeah, absolutely. So I feel like, that's
definitely.
in
I agree. It's very
really difficult.
It's very difficult.
Because you need to like constantly think of different ways to entertain.
Honestly, she has been godsend.
Oh my god,
because she is so good with these kind of situations. Obviously, she's a baby, and she has her complications. She has her fits. She's a year and a half. But that, I don't think that is like the hardest part though.
What do you think it is?
I think it's leaving our family members for 10 months out of the year. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
So like,
well,
both honestly.
I took it as like literally traveling, like.
Oh, it's just we both have very good relationships with our family, and it's very difficult, especially now that we have nieces and nephews that we don't really get to see for 10 months out of the year. They don't know us physically. They only know our voices and our faces on FaceTime, and that's not the same. Like Charlie, Ray, Martin, Zach, Maddie, like all of them.
We have so many that it's just like,
and it's just very difficult for us to be away from them. And when we do come home, they don't know us and they don't love us like we know we should.
Absolutely, we come home and I'm like fingers crossed, I'm like, please remember me, please remember me.
It's very heartbreaking.
Like we try to FaceTime as much as we can with family, and like family's busy at home. They have jobs, they have things that are going on, and not everyone can be on FaceTime 24/7.
6-hour time difference. And
exactly, the time difference.
Difficult to get a hold of people.
But so that's probably one of the hard. I agree, it's a very hard part. One of the best parts.
Wine's gone.
One of the best parts of being overseas, I would say, is the culture and being able to fully immerse yourself in the culture.
And I think that's the best way to do that.
Like,
is to fully immerse yourself.
You literally don't even have an option. Like, you have to like learn.
Exactly.
You absolutely have to. Otherwise, you're not going to do well over here. Next question. What is the craziest thing you two did in college?
I'll let you go first.
It's hard.
Oh God, is it hard?
Wait.
Like how many crazy stories do you have?
I thought you were saying it like, oh, that should be easy. Like we have so many.
No, I'm just saying like you should be able to know your craziest story.
Us.
Oh, us. I thought it was like
you. Like I think it's both of us.
Oh, okay.
Together, what have we done in college together? It's crazy.
Every weekend we'd get a half gallon of Captain Morgan Long Island iced tea and
Captain Morgan
black out together.
Captain Morgan made a Long Island iced tea, like a pre-made already. It was like a half. No,
it was a half gallon.
Was it?
Yeah, it was in a plastic little bin or
in a plastic carton.
Most of the time, it comes in glass.
It was $20. So I was like, hey Shane,
Pre-mixed.
pitch in 10, I'll pitch in 10, let's have a night. And like we would pitch it, we would go.
I didn't pitch in anything. I didn't work. She worked. She supported me all my life.
Until
senior year.
But anyway, so what we did was we would pregame with it and then bring it out. We pregame with like obviously everybody would bring it out, and then there was one. This is terrible, but it's college. Yeah. There was one night that the next morning we woke up and we both were like looking around. Are we home?
Did we make it home safe? Where's the car? Where's our friends? We're good. High five. Terrible high five.
But yeah, so I would say
no. There was plenty. There was a lot of stuff. There's a lot of crazy stuff. I was in a fraternity. I was in Sigma Phi Epsilon. So obviously we did a lot of crazy stuff. But this was before we. Don't even give me that look. Don't.
Frat bro for life.
There's frats.
Ooh, frats.
And then there's fraternities. We were a fraternity.
I'm frat bro. Oh my god. Get all the girls, man. Drink all the beers.
I got you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Exactly. But no, like I said, there's frats and then there's fraternities. We were a fraternity. Numero uno.
We're done talking. What is the next question? Where have you felt the most at home while traveling for Shane's career?
That seems like it was been like directed towards you, so you take it.
Okay.
I feel comfortable everywhere.
Most at home. I would probably say Santiago.
Why?
Because I think the reason why is because most of our family visited us when we were in Santiago. That's number one. That helped.
Yeah, but it wasn't like we didn't have.
I'm not done. B, we met people in Santiago that we still talk to this day that we saw
recently
for New Year's, and it was like we never parted. It was like
it felt really comfortable again.
Yeah,
there's some of those people where
they're like,
when you leave them for
things don't
an extended period of time,
pick right up
where you left off.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, the couple that we're talking about, I was so like close to his wife that when we left, we both like couldn't even say goodbye to each other. We were like crying.
They didn't say goodbye.
We didn't want to say goodbye.
They wouldn't look at each other in the face. One didn't come out of the house when they left.
Like we did.
And I was like, "What are you doing? Say goodbye to your friend."
We couldn't say goodbye. It was sad. We were both crying. We were like, "We shouldn't be crying. This is weird." But like it was sad. But like that's why I feel like I was most at home in Santiago, because
you were also pregnant and you're hormonal, and she had just had a baby.
Okay, so we were both probably really hormonal, but like that makes it even better.
There's a lot of love.
There's a lot of love. So I would say Santiago. What would you say?
I like here. I like here a lot. It's very. It's
I was gonna
small.
say too.
It's a small
here's
apartment.
growing on me.
It's a small apartment, but it's
very homey.
Very homey, and I enjoy this place.
So do I. It's very convenient too, the location.
It is.
So I do like here as well.
But Santiago is right there as well. We loved that city. We loved the people that were there. You know, it was easy.
Oh shit! Where are you guys from?
I am from Paw Paw, Michigan. I went to school at Lawrence High School though, but it's a small little village. Lawrence is a village, Paw Paw is a town, I guess. In Southwest Michigan, close to Kalamazoo, Michigan, where I went to college. But yeah, I'm right there. Okay, hold on. The mitten. I don't know which way it goes. This way, this way. I'm right over here. This is where I am.
I went to school in Michigan, and everybody. I'm like, so where are you from? I'm in Michigan. Oh, so I'm right here. I'm like in the thumb, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
That's something only Michiganders can do. So.
And then
it's kind of cool. You got to admit it's kind of cool. If you're from Illinois, you can't be like, I'm from like Illinois. This one right here.
But that kind of looks like Illinois a little bit.
That's why I did it.
No, I know. But anyway, so He's from Pawpaw, Michigan. I am from Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Kind of close. Hour and 45 minutes away from each other.
How many kids do you guys want?
That's a good question. I want 3. You know, if we don't have a boy by the time we have 3, we're gonna try for a 4th. And if it's
A girl again?
a girl again,
So we're gonna call it quits.
taking
I
one
want
for the
3.
team.
I want 3 as well. But I feel like what's gonna happen if we do have, if all of our kids are girls, I feel like we'll be like, oh, we'll try for one more, and if that one more is a girl, we're gonna be like, oh, we're calling it quits. This is just what I'm thinking, and if we're still doing this years from now, I think you guys will be like, oh, Danny called it. But I feel like we're probably gonna end up having one more.
We're not gonna have a 5th.
No, right.
I'm not gonna have a starting 5 in my house. You know how much money that is gonna be just to feed those little stinkers? Especially if they eat like her.
You heard it here first.
If they eat like her, they're gonna eat us out of the house.
Are you pointing at me?
Her, not you. You eat like a bird. That one in there.
Whoa.
What the hell was that? You look like the Pillsbury Doughboy doing that. And fucking...
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Did I offend you?
No.
Honestly, that one in there eats like a cow. So, 5 of them, imagine that. There's no way. You son of a... I've never wanted to hit a girl in my life. Why would you do something like that? Why would you do that? There goes our camera.
Got him. Anyway, that's the end of our questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, still give it a thumbs up, because
Don't be a jerk.
don't be a jerk. And we'll see you next video. Bye.